We leave the action at Maitland now, and we head to the Richmond Vale Railway Museum, where Marjorie, an 040 tank engine that looks like Percy from the Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends TV series, is seen coming into the station with its final train for the day. While Marjorie dropped off its passengers and moved out of the way of the platform, BHP 34 is now seen coming into the station as well with its final train for the day. On Monday, April 26, 2010, 3237 is seen here at Sutherland Station, taking passengers on the Cockatoo Run to Moss Vale. The locomotive is now seen at Waterfall. After suffering a minor delay at Wollongong Station, 3237 is now seen pulling into Unanderra Station. This was the original spot for the Cockatoo Run to start with since 1995. 3237 now departs Unanderra and will be heading its way to Robertson and Mossvale. We witnessed 3237 on Sunday, May 2nd, 2010, as the locomotive is seen on the Bankstown Loop Line. The Loop Line services were promoted by the Bankstown Sports Club, 3801 Limited, and the Lachlan Valley Railway. After the locomotive's second run of the day, 3237 will now conclude its shuttle trips with its third and final load for the day. The locomotive is now leaving through Redfern. On Sunday, the 16th of May 2010, the Rail Transport Museum have hosted another successful year of Day Out with Thomas. In 2010, the Rail Transport Museum have held 3 Day Out with Thomas events instead of 2. "3526 as Donald is seen here coming through Courage Yard Station on one of its booked out shuttle trips to Buxton. Back at Thirlmere, 2705, dressed up as Henry, is seen on the Rail Transport Museum's turntable, giving out turntable public displays for the public.
Might be good time to go down to the new ride, so there's only a small line down there at the moment. Thomas, the new ride, it's down at the far northern end of 372 today. And by the way, toilet operations, we have porta potties at the entrance to the rail heritage centre. We've got another set of cells further down at the far north of the precinct, beside the new train ride. And we also have a train room there in the disabled toilet.
And of course, it wouldn't be a doubt with Thomas celebrations without Thomas the Tank Engine. Back at Thirlmere Station, 3526, Donald is now seen coming back to its carriages to get ready for its next shuttle trip to Buxton. The air horn sound is from CPH railmotor number 18, dressed up as Toby for the event. CPH railmotor number 18, Toby, now heads to the Rail Transport Museum's roundhouse. The 35 class locomotive, Donald, now leaves Thirlmere on its way to Buxton once again.
There it goes. Well, it's not noisy like I said, yeah, is it? Go on. They're waving, look, they're waving. Yep, good, working. Done. It's done. Ready to hop down, and then we're going to have a look at Thomas, okay?
(2705) Henry is now given its public display on the turntable once again.
visiting the tours are still more today. It's a rather heritage centre. To make a point of having a look at our rolling stock.
Donald, 3526, is on its last shuttle trip for the day. The 35 class locomotive will now lead to the back of the train to get ready for its return trip to Thelmy. On Saturday, June 12, 2010, the Powerhouse Museum's 3265 is seen here at Sydney Central Station on the Rail Transport Museum's Sydney Great Train Weekend for the June long weekend. Meanwhile, on Platform 4, 3526 and 3642 from the Rail Transport Museum are now seen backing their way into the station after their shuttle trip from Clyde.
Thank you for your attendance today and hope you enjoy your trip.
Here are some selected clips of the trip to Clyde. locomotives are now seen once again departing Central Station on their trip to Clyde. DL48 is now shunting for the Indian Pacific. During the long weekend, the Rail Transport Museum has put on a display of carriages for the public to see. We arrive in GMS1, a privately owned carriage, but it's used on Rail Transport Museum Premier Tours. This carriage was built by the Northwest Coach Builders in 2004. 3265, the Powerhouse Museum's 32 class locomotive, was first restored in 2009. The Powerhouse Museum and the 3801 Limited had a recommissioning trip around the Bankstown Loop Line with the 32 class locomotive. The Rail Transport Museum also put a display of the Southern Aurora carriages, first established in 1962, and was withdrawn from railway service in 1986. This train usually travels interstate. On the left side is Victorian locomotives, both steam and diesel, while on the right side is New South Wales locomotives, steam and diesel. Including the dining car is ready on display for the public as well. And two of the Rail Transport Museum's diesel locomotives, 4520 and 4490, are both seen on the other end of the train on display for the public as well. (3526) now leads the train into Sydney Central Station with 3642, and the two locomotives will now be getting ready for their final shuttle trip for the day, for Saturday.